So here's the actual truth. I really don't want to make this video. It just feels like admitting defeat. It's not. It's just, I guess it's a pride thing, admitting you were wrong. Okay, here we go. Today marks the official 1 month that I've been living in my car on the road, and it was not what I expected. When people, friends and family, would ask me all these questions about what I would do while living in my car, I had an answer for everything. Like, where will we sleep if you can't find a free campsite? I'm like, oh, I could just, park somewhere. It's no problem. There's plenty of free parking. What are you gonna do for water? It's like, oh yeah, there's plenty of places to fill your water and everything. I didn't realize how much I didn't know. And everyone was looking out for me and trying to get me to think about these things. But I just assumed that figuring it out would be super easy and I would just be able to relax and enjoy myself. That was not the case. The first 2 weeks living on the road, I was entirely afraid, like constantly in a state of fear. It almost broke me. I would literally get into my car and have to make 10 different decisions about things I didn't know about. It was just all uncertainty, all unknown, and I just didn't know if I could keep doing this. Like, at least at home in my apartment, I knew where I was gonna sleep that night. I knew I had food. I knew I had everything I needed. I didn't have to think much about it. And all of a sudden to have to think about where your basic safety and necessities are coming from, it was just very jarring, and I wasn't expecting that. And everyone was right. They really were. That I should be scared, and I was really scared. Yeah, for probably about 2 weeks straight, just constant fear, constant meltdowns, cry literally every day, just getting into my car. I was at places I wanted to see for years, and I couldn't help, but I couldn't shake the emotions that I was feeling of fear, and there was just so much I didn't know, and I didn't realize how crippling that is, the unknown. I've always been pretty curious and adventurous spirit, and so I've always poked my head around in places where I probably shouldn't, and it was different this time though. This is my actual life, I gave up everything to do this, and to not know if I would like it or if it would work, it was just crippling. To leave everyone that I know and love behind. Didn't think I was gonna get emotional. Jeez. I guess sometimes I just forgot why I was doing it. It didn't feel like it was worth it. And then things started to change. After about 2 weeks, a lot of these uncertainties started to become not as scary. I mean, they're still uncertainties, but I was able to adapt to not knowing, if that makes sense. As a know-it-all, it's hard not knowing. It is. But I will say that I've been able to adapt, kind of. I'm still learning a lot, and I still have a lot of fear. I carry it with me. But I now know that it's not life or death if I can't find somewhere to park. I'll just drive around until I get to a place. I could drive a couple hours out of the way to find somewhere where I feel safe. It's okay, I was just trying to make things work when they shouldn't, Found a campsite for free, and I'm like, I'm staying here for the night. But if I didn't feel safe, then I would just be scared and I wouldn't sleep well, when I should have just gotten to the car and moved somewhere else, It seems simple, but I'm stubborn, so there are just so many questions in this lifestyle that you don't even think about. Like, will I have enough gas to make it to the next town when you're out in the middle of nowhere? Will I have service to call for help if I need it? Will I get in legal trouble for parking somewhere, or will I get a knock in the middle of the night from some strangers? Do I need to reserve campsites, or can I just pull up and park anywhere that's open? Or is somebody gonna come knocking in the middle of the night? Will the ice in my cooler last long enough until I'm able to get to the next town? Will my friends still want me in their lives if I'm not around? If something happens to my family, will I be able to get there? Will they feel like I'm neglecting them? I just had all these questions and guilt and all the good stuff. All the good stuff. And when you don't have the answers for all these questions, it quickly snowballs out of control, and fear starts to control your life. And it did for a long time for me. And it was miserable. I was in all these beautiful places, and my heart wasn't here. I kept on arguing with myself that at least at home I had all these securities and safety and these certainties in life, but those weren't the things that I truly valued. So after a couple weeks of feeling terrible, I finally reached out for help, and I called my friends and family and told them these things. And the amount of love and support that they gave me, it was overwhelming. They reassured me that I was doing something that I loved and giving it a shot and being brave. I didn't feel brave, but hearing someone say that you're brave makes you feel brave even for a moment, and that's what I needed to finally turn things around for me. And then I finally found my stride. You'll probably notice it as the videos come out, but in the beginning I felt like I was going through the motions of what I should be doing, and then I finally started to really enjoy what I was doing. I'm seeing the most beautiful places in the country. I'm doing it on my own. I don't know. There's something about figuring it out and doing it on your own. But time really does heal. And I will say, after a month, if I don't like something, I leave. If I feel stressed out, I take it slow. If I feel like I'm getting stale, I speed it up. Doing this on your own means you can work at your own pace and enjoy the things that you actually enjoy. I love walking, and being able to walk 10 miles a day, I can. I don't have to hold up for somebody else or try something else that I don't like. I can avoid cities. I really don't like cities. I could just stay out off the grid as long as I want. So much freedom. And I love it. I do love it. I obviously miss my friends and family so much, it hurts my heart, but I know they're there. They've made it known that they're there. And so much love. Oh. I'm not gonna cry again. So now, as a way to check my fears as they come up, I will work through them as they come to me. I think, what is the worst case scenario in the situation? And I think that whole thought out, and then the fear is gone afterward. So that way they don't accumulate and snowball and stuff. So for parking, what's the worst case scenario if I park somewhere I'm not supposed to? Someone knocks on the window, tells me to get out of there, I get a ticket, someone tries to tow me. And once I realize that those fears aren't as scary as building them up in my head, I'm able to sort of let it go and relax a little bit, and I'm able to stay present and enjoy these gorgeous places that I'm at. I will say, this was tough, emotionally tough. Physically, I feel fine. It's been an adjustment, and I do feel like I am adapting to this lifestyle, and I'm enjoying it more. I definitely feel more excitement. I hope it comes through now that you can actually see that I'm excited to be in all these places. Anyways, I learned that Oregon isn't for me, and just kidding, I'm done with being mean to Oregon. Anyways, if you like alternative lifestyles or travel videos or doing it on a budget, you could definitely subscribe and follow along. I'll be discussing those things on here. Mostly travel, because I feel like that's the most fun to watch. But I will do some videos on what it's like living in a car and the logistics of it all, because it is a little bit tricky. But thank you so much for watching and listening to me rant about me being scared. But yeah, 1 month in. Can't believe it. It's been a whirlwind. Fly. No, get in there. Alright, first hike in bear country. Here we go.